Welcome to the new Outbound Motion podcast, where we talk about business development strategy, skills, and mindset to help SaaS companies grow and scale their business development teams. So, today, what I wanted to go over is vanity metrics. Most of the time, we hear teams talk about the amount of meetings that they book. We know that BDRs have specific goals to attain. We know that the more meetings we book, the more we close. These are kind of the basic frameworks that a lot of the teams use in order to define their success. So company A that books 50 meetings is better than company B who books 30. Or a BDR that books 20 meetings is a better performer and gets paid more than a BDR who books 10 meetings. And while I understand that activity is an important thing to measure, especially when you're starting off, because at the end of the day, we are looking at a numbers game, and the more numbers you hit, the more opportunities you're going to get. But that's not everything, and that definitely shouldn't be your North Star metric and the number that you're looking at or trying to optimize for. So here's what I mean by that. When you're looking only at number of meetings booked or leads, it can mean a variety of different things. For example, if I book 40 meetings or 40 leads, who knows what's going to happen after? It doesn't mean anything. Versus somebody who books less, but their conversion in the mid funnel or bottom of funnel is way higher. So it's very unfortunate that companies are only looking at top of funnel vanity metrics that are not tied to anything in particular. It's very hard. It's not like a grading system in school where one person gets a 90, the other gets a 60 on the same exact test, and then you can compare. True results come from revenue and optimizing for revenue, which is at the bottom of funnel, which is a lagging metric that you only see a few months from now, depending on your sales cycle and kind of like contract value. But when you're optimizing for revenue, you don't care about the number of leads because it doesn't really mean anything. I can have 1/3 the amount of leads you have. For example, right here, in this example, one company has 100 leads, the other has 40, but one of them closed at a 2% lead to win ratio. So out of 100 leads, 2 closed. So they need 100 meetings and only 2 of them closed. Imagine how much wasted effort they have both on the AE front, and it still costs you money to generate those leads. So maybe your cost per lead is lower, but you need a lot more leads to close. And then we're looking at a company B with 40 leads, but 10% of the leads close. So they're very strategic, they're very narrow, they're very targeted, and they optimize for lead to win ratio. They optimize for revenue. So they don't care how many meetings they book, they just care about revenue. So company A closes half the amount of revenue as company B, but with 2.5 times the amount of leads. Think about how crazy that is. So a lot of inefficiencies right there when you're optimizing just for leads. Very unfortunate to see companies do that. I think it leads to the wrong behavior. When you're optimizing for top of funnel activity versus bottom of funnel activity, everything is broken. So companies need to reframe their mindset around this kind of strategy and realize that number of leads doesn't mean anything. It's important, but it's definitely not what you should be striving for. So yeah, just do the math. See what your lead to win ratio is. Oftentimes for business development reps, even if they're top performers, it's about 2%. Right? So any meeting that they book, they have to book 50 meetings to close one deal. 50. That's a crazy inefficient number. Think about how much wasted effort goes into getting those 50 versus somebody who does demand gen or looks for inbound leads. The people that actually press the demo request on your website, they have buying intent. Those are high quality leads. So when they come in, their conversion to lead to win ratio is 10%. So it's 5 times higher than it is with your BDR team that's pushing instead of pulling. So 5 times the efficiency, 5 times the close rate. So ultimately, what I would do as a founder, as a BDR manager, as a marketer, is optimize for efficiency. It's optimize for the highest lead to win ratio, optimize for demo requests. As a BDR myself, or a person that's running an agency, what I do for clients is I don't ask for time. I don't ask to meet. I don't do any of those stuff. I let them come to me by either booking time on my Calendly if they feel like they're interested and they can do it on the signature, or I let them go on the website, browse, read, take their time, and in a month or two, they might just press the download the demo request. So just a little bit of a mindset shift right there.